I have heard at least a few Republicans openly state that they couldn't understand how a Christian could ever vote for a Democrat, for reasons presumably related to issues of abortion, among other traditional conservative causes. But, as we have seen before, a significant percentage of Christians clearly don't lean Republican. So, one should not automatically assume that it is an issue of misplaced biblical moralities that causes one to vote Democrat. There are factors other than morality or religion at play when it comes to one's political leanings. There could be both environmental and, this may surprise many, genetic influences at play too. The fact that we are influenced by our environment should be intuitive and obvious to many a Christian. This is one reason many Christians want to influence politics. They hope, correctly or not, that the right rules or environment will create a better society. This point is also the reason that many people try to send their children to Christian or parochial religion-based private schools. Often, in the noblest of hopes, Christians hope and pray that their beloved offspring will ultimately benefit from the parochial educational environment. So, I don't think we need to belabor the importance of environment in one's personal development, but it is important to acknowledge that here. After all, there are estimates, as this article suggests, that one's environment accounts for approximately 50 to 70% of one's personality. Nonetheless, 50 to 70%, even if that were true in most cases, still means that there is considerable room for other factors. Among those other factors, surely, and maybe surprisingly, genetics also plays a part. As the Scientific American article, The Genes of Left and Right notes, begin quotes, the largest recent study of political beliefs published in 2014 in Behavior Genetics looked at a sample of more than 12,000 twin pairs from 5 countries, including the US. Some were identical and some fraternal. All were raised together. The study reveals that the development of political attitudes depends, on average, about 60% on the environment in which we grow up and live, and 40% on our genes. We inherit some part of how we process information, how we see the world, and how we perceive threats, and these are expressed in modern society as political attitudes, explains Peter Hatami, who is a genetic epidemiologist at the University of Sydney and lead author of the study. End quotes. How about that? Our genes may help shape how we perceive threats and therefore help shape our political attitudes. So, we talked about how environment and genetics can potentially influence one's politics. And considering that the religion that one grows up in plays a big part in our environment, one can rightly assume that religion does influence one's politics. But wait, there's more. Have you ever also considered the possibility that one's politics can also influence one's religion? Michelle Margolis, who is an assistant professor of political science at the Andrea Mitchell Center for the Study of Democracy in the University of Pennsylvania, uses social science research to address this very topic in her book, From Politics to the Pews: How Partisanship and Political Environment Shape Identity. As a book review article from the Journal of Scientific Study of Religion points out, author Michelle F. Margolis concludes that while Republicans are religious and Democrats are not, Margolis presents a strong argument that it is not religion shaping politics, but rather that politics are shaping religion. So, meditate deeply on this possibility, fellow Christians, because if your faith is important to you, it is a very disturbing thought, or at least should be. It means that Christ's teachings could be corrupted by politicians and politics. Intuitively, many of us probably already knew this, but these are academics that are also suggesting the same thing. So, before we go around judging someone's Christianity based on his or her choice of political party, consider that every person's politics is a unique combination of various factors, including environment and genetics. But I didn't just talk about politics and how it could be shaped by environment and religion. I also briefly discussed how, in an ironic twist, how one's politics could in turn come back and influence religion. Of course, for the Christian, this also means that there is a serious possibility that the Word of God could be corrupted by religious leaders who give more weight to political matters than the Word of God.